Welcome to this brief tutorial on Edmentum software. To find Edmentum, you just need a computer with internet connection, and you can go to Google, and you can either click edmentum.com or just search Edmentum in Google, and it'll pop right up. So here, click Login. Click Login, and here you'll see it asks you for the account, which for our college is CMC1. Your username is usually the first letter of your first name plus your last name. In my case, it's this for my student account. And you'll have a password given to you by your counselor or your instructor. If you forget your password, just give Adult Education a call and we'll fix it for you. Once you've logged in, you can see this is your home page. These are my 2 courses that I'm enrolled in because we never are enrolled in more than 2 courses at a time in our program. And so I can click on whatever course I'd like to work on today. But first, let me show you what the icons here at the top are. So here we're on the home page. This is the messages page. This can be very useful to you because here you will see anything with this little bullhorn icon are announcements that were sent out by instructors and counselors. You can't reply to announcements. However, when you have something in your inbox that shows an envelope-looking icon, that means someone sent you a message, to which you can reply by clicking Reply. Here, type whatever you'd like to say and click Send, and that person will receive your message. If, however, you'd like to just create your own message, click on New Message, go into the toolbar, and it will list all of your instructors and counselors for you. So let's say, for example, you've been working with Alicia Virgo Soto. Click her name, and this message will go to her. If you're not sure whom you'd like to write to, just click a few people. You can click as many as you'd like, and someone will jump in and help you. Someone will reply. For the subject, say what you'd like help with, then type your message and click Send. Next, we have a Notes badge here at the top. This is where all of your notes are kept that you write in your classes. So you can see that I wrote notes in my African American history class, and I wrote notes in my English composition class. I will show you how to do that shortly. The next badge at the top is to sign out. Make sure to do that whenever you're done studying for the day. For now, let's go back to the home page, and I'll show you just a couple of things in my class. So here is my English Composition A class, which most students take in our program. You can see that it's 0% complete because I haven't done anything in it yet. And it shows you pacing, how long it should take you, or if you seem to be off pace, because it'll tell you the days of how long a unit assignment should take. Okay, so let's look here. You can take the student orientation, and then it's always helpful to click on the syllabus in a class because that will show you, click play, not only the course overview and goals, but also what each unit will contain. So here we have Unit 1. This is what it's about, and there's your pacing right there. It's expected to take between 1 and 21 days for you to complete Unit 1. Keep scrolling and you'll see the next unit, Unit 2. Hopefully, if you're perfectly on pace, which you're not required to be, that will happen between days 22 and 43, and so on and so forth. All of that is just for your reference. So I'm going to close the syllabus and now begin my course by clicking on Unit 1. Always begin at the beginning so that you make sure to finish every single part of each unit, because you want that top to say 100% completed when you finish the class so that we can close it out, give you credit, and assign your new class. Begin by clicking play. This takes you into the unit, to this part of the unit. Here is the opening page. So let me show you some of these icons on the left and what these menus allow you to do. The top left is the table of contents. It doesn't allow you to jump through the table of contents, but it shows you what's coming. The next icon is the notes. This is where you can type in notes, and then as I just showed you on the main home page, you can click that top badge to see all the notes that you've written for each course. They're all saved automatically. The next badge is a glossary of useful terms that will be in this unit that you might want to read through in case you aren't sure what words you will encounter, such as accursed. Then just click those windows away when you're done. The next badge is a dictionary. If the glossary we just saw didn't have a word you wanted, for example, clarifying, then just type the word in here and either click return or look up, and it will show you what it means to make or become pure or clear. If you need to, you can click the sound icon to hear how it's pronounced.
Clarify.
The next badge, these are reading tools. If you would like the slides to be read to you automatically, click slide narration. If you don't want them, every single one of them to be read to you, click this off. If you're more comfortable hearing Spanish, then click on this badge that says Hola. And then you can put a word in. Let's do clarifying again. And click Translate. Clarificar. And finally, you have the highlighting badge where you can choose your color to highlight things. I looked up the word, well, I don't think you can do that on page 1, but you can in the more textual ones. So then you go through the course just by clicking these arrows at the top. When there's something to read, there's also this play button at the top right that will read it to you.
Introduction, warm-up. Have you ever been able to read all?
You can click pause if you don't want to hear the whole thing. And then you can highlight things as I have just done, like that. When you feel as though you're done studying for the day, it doesn't matter how far you got, just work until you can. Click Save and Exit, and the program will save for you exactly where you left off. Then click Close to go back to your home page, and then when you're done for the day or done for the moment and you'd like to stop studying, click Sign Out at the top right, and that will take you back to the main home page. If you have any questions, don't forget you can always call us or email us at aep@cmccd.edu. Thank you.